welcome to Becky's House of Sewing. Welcome back, everybody. Today is another Wednesday in April 20-something. Let's see, 27th, April 27th, 2022. It is a Wednesday afternoon. We've already had Wednesday stitching. It was great to see everybody. We still had a couple people missing, but we missed them. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a hard week. An eventful week. Lots of things have happened, and some exciting, some really sad. So let's just get started, shall we? First of all, I want to say hello to a couple new viewers. I've had a couple people that are new to the channel that have commented, so thank you very much. Appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos, and I hope you like and subscribe. And then I had a moment of fame, of infamy, as it were. I have a young viewer who is a daughter of a friend of mine who I'm very excited has found my channel. And I think she's very excited that she found my channel. So, if your name starts with an E, and I'm friends with your mom, and you want to be a fashion designer, and you are under the age of 10, welcome to Becky's House of Sewing. I hope this summer we get to sew together, for sure. Let's mark it on our calendars. Let's make it happen. So, with that, I have some sad news. So, you may notice that it's extra quiet. And that is because we had to let our Buster Brown go this weekend. So, have the tissues ready. If you need them. Yeah. We had to let him go. So, we are now petless. Since we lost Pearl in January. The house is super quiet. I'm not quite sure what to do with myself, to be honest. And yes, I have started looking for dogs. Just like the motto from the Goofy Foot Rescue in Tennessee, where we got Buster. Their motto is rescue, love, repeat. So I'm definitely subscribing to that. So we'll see. We'll see when the right dog comes to us. I could use some little puppy paws all around, pitter-pattering, getting used to the sewing room, but we'll see how it goes. So our mascot, the faithful Buster Brown, has departed. I'm sure he is watching us over a rainbow somewhere, and and we'll just leave it at that. It'll be okay. Okay. Well, I left you last Wednesday saying I don't need to do more shopping. And of course, immediately, I go shopping. So I decided at the very last minute, after I hit end and upload, to go and see if there was anything left at the Stitch and Frame shop that is closing soon. There's not a lot left. There were some things, and I think they are now down to models being gone. They're selling off their fixtures, that's the word I was looking for, and things like that. But I could have bought more, but I tried to stay a little restrained. So I got some fabric, and I got some scissors. I really wanted some needles. I figured they would be long gone, and they were. So let's start off with my new favorite pair of scissors. So I like to watch Fox and Rabbit, Flosstube, and they, out of Australia. And when they came to market, they had a very, very long video about what all they got out of market and purchased and all their goodies. And Brendan, the husband partner of the duo, he had bought some Dovo scissors, which I was very envious of. Dovo is pretty big in the scissor world. They do a lot of hair tools, hair cutting tools, but they had some lovely embroidery scissors, and they're wonderful. People who own them rave about them, but they are discontinuing making those types of scissors. So there's been a frenzy and nobody has them anymore. But apparently there were some that came to market, the spring Nashville needlework market, and Brendan was able to get some on his travels. But he had also mentioned another pair of his current favorite scissors, and they were a brand I hadn't heard of. They were called Premax, and they're Italian. He had gotten his at the Cruel Goblin in New Zealand, bucket list store to go to, and they were pretty cool because his were like a black matte stainless steel kind of scissor, but their rivets where the scissors are connected are generally different colors. So I was able to find a pair, and look, they're pink. But aren't they cool? I like how they crisscross. So after I bought them, they weren't super pricey. They were $35 and change, and then 25% off that, so not too shabby. They cut decently. They're still not exactly what I want. I think I'm just going to have to buy some Kohanas. They are also nowhere to be found right now. But I think I want some of their 3.5-inch scissors. So we'll see. But I enjoy these. They're fun to hold. They feel good in your hand, which is a requirement of mine. I feel like I can grab them anywhere and be good, and they make a nice little noise. And then I got some fabric. Let's see if I can hold these up. So I got some Seraphim, and this is caramel, 36 count. And this is a little pinky. And Ron, do you remember? Have you stopped crying, Ron? I hope so. After Buster passed away on Saturday, we had plans with Ron and Connie to go have drinks at the local tavern, Maxwell's. You could see us there most Saturday nights. So we had plans, and we were like, oh, we're still going. We need a drink. So we all had a toast to Buster, which I highly recommend. So in your evening, whenever you're watching this, give Buster a toast. He would appreciate it. But Ron, I don't know if you remember that, and they wrote on this, they used marker on that. I know it's a salvage, but still. Anyway, so the salvage, anytime you have an orange stripe in the salvage, that means it's Zweigart based. Zweigart is a renowned German company that makes beautiful linens, and a lot of dyers, and Seraphim is a dyeing brand, a brand of dyer, not a dyeing brand. And this is a little pinky color. It's really getting washed out now. I'm doing the whole, you're a floss tuber when you're like, oh, that's not really that's really blowing out there. You don't really get the good color. And I don't think, I got my board ready, but I don't think it's going to help much. That just makes it look a little more tan. But in real life, I think it looks a little pinky. Liked it. Let's see what else I got. But wait, there's more. I got some more seraphim. This is prairie grass. I've seen a lot of other floss tubers use this. Also 36 count. You can see that's nice modeling right there. And then my big purchase was some Lakeside Linen. This is wood smoke. So it's a little darker, has a little gray to it. But look how big. Isn't that lovely? It's a bed sheet. I believe this is officially a fat half a yard. Just shy of a half a yard, which is why we call it a fat half. We have all kinds of fun names for cuts of fabric. I like it. So I got those 3 pieces of fabric. I also got there was some Lady Dot Creates twill tape for finishing. So I got some pinky, some of my favorite color. So that was my haul. Not too shabby, right? Good haul. Scissors, fabric, notions, and some finishing products. So not too shabby. Wednesday evening, I really wanted to get going on, hold on. Oh, it's attached there. Okay. I was having a silk thread emergency, sorry. All right, getting my needle back in place. So I was working on Mrs. Campbell on last Wednesday, and again, over here. So the first page is like this and like this. And I made some progress on it. So if you can see up close the larger alphabet, there's a small alphabet at the top and then a smaller alphabet. A smaller on the top and a larger on the bottom. The larger alphabet is Algerian islets. And I think I mentioned before, like the top of the letters are on the first page, but I have to like go further down. So I was debating, do I start the Algerian eyelet and just like park my thread? Which, Ron, parking your thread means you get started on a section and you're gonna use it later, but you need to fill in somewhere else first. A lot of people use it when they have what they call confetti stitching, when there's like 1 or 2 stitches here and then 1 or 2 stitches here and then 1 or 2 stitches like up here. So they're like all over the place. So you kind of weave your thread. It's easier to kind of park it and pick it back up instead of starting and ending your thread all the time. That can be troublesome, especially what I was saying last week with the silks, because they are silkier. That's harder to kind of, you need a little more space to be able to, what am I trying to say, end your thread so in a way that it won't unravel. So I stayed up Wednesday or Thursday night and got to a place where I finished everything except the eyelets on that first page. And there we are. And then during stitching today, I got started on this. I decided to go ahead and get going. I wanted something I didn't have to 100% think about. Because, you know, during stitching, you're solving world problems, you're discussing the events of the day. Sometimes it's harder to concentrate when you're trying to solve these problems. So isn't it pretty? The lighting is much better than when I was showing the ladies at stitching. See if we can get a little closer there. Most enjoyable. So it's starting to feel like I've got more than just a start going. It's still pretty decent of a start. So I'll work on that a little bit more tonight. Over the weekend, I had taken Monday off because we were taking Buster to the vet because he had started having so many seizures. I just kind of wanted to talk to a professional. I had done, of course, my YouTube research, but having only YouTube research, I wanted us to check in with somebody who had, gone to veterinarian school and make sure that we were on the same page and that we had the right plan of attack and that sort of thing, and possibly how long we could expect this to last. Buster had other ideas. He never liked going to the vet. I don't remember telling him that. I don't think that's why he left early. But yeah, so I canceled that appointment, but I said, you know what? I would still like to have that day off. And yeah, Mike was out of town. He had a conference to go to. So I was home alone, trying not to be a sad sack, but kind of was. Kind of listless. I did go to lunch with some friends, and that was so fun. But yeah, when I got home, I just didn't have much in me. So I had watched, I was watching TV and Flosstube for some motivation and inspiration, and Rachel and Sue from Floss Toss, one of my favorites, had started hand embroidery, or, Sue did embroidery as a little girl, and just kind of got a kit that inspired her, and now is just like in love with it again. So that reminded me of one of a near and dear family friend, Sandy, had gotten me a embroidery kit, and I was like, you know what, that might be the thing to do, because I just didn't have the brain power to focus on tiny threads for Mrs. Campbell. Didn't really have anything else like that I really wanted to start, mostly because I didn't want to like refer back to a chart and that sort of stuff. Understandable. So I got it out. So it's by a company named Cherish. It had everything that came with it. I don't want to show too much here, but it indicates it's got the Asian characters. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese or Korean, but it's one of those. And it has DMC floss, and on the opposite side here that you can't see, that I'm not going to show you, it has a guide on how to do the stitches. But the fabric is pre-printed, and you just kind of do what you want. So I got that out and got that all going. I was making myself a bouquet of flowers. So that's a work of progress. Very nice. I don't know, I don't think this is the frame that came with it. I really like it. I don't know what I'll do when I'm done with it. I have a feeling I might make a pillow or something like that. Maybe something that doesn't get used that much. These flowers can be a little delicate. So that's what I kind of worked on for a couple nights. And then here we are on Wednesday. My mother-in-law they retired, my in-laws retired to Arizona and lived there from Illinois. for several years. And she loves Southwest stuff, and she is, getting rid of things in the stage of life where you are purging as fast as you can, which is very challenging for my mother-in-law. She doesn't really want to get rid of anything. You like your stuff, I get it. But she had some fabric. She dabbled in quilting and sewing and did some decor stuff. So she gave me that fabric, and it's very 80s, very 80s Southwestern. So I decided I would make some placemats because I, am in a morning state. So what better things to do than think of things that you could buy? So what can I shop for that will give me the dopamine hit, but still be small enough and useful? Something I could use up. So I went looking for the placemat soft and stable foam so that I can make more placemats out of these. Because I don't know what to say. It's not the bulk of it, but she gave me some material that was clearly designed to be pillows. They were panels, and in like a 16-inch size. So I thought that they might work to at least cut down a little bit and make into pillows. So I did that today. I got the soft and stable stuff delivered yesterday, just in time for Wednesday stitching. And they're not complete, but I'm in a good place I just need to do the binding. So here are the placemats. I mean, I lived up to what I meant, right? 1980s Southwestern. And here's the back. I really like this material. I don't know what she was buying it for, but it's almost a linen-y canvas. So that was the front and the back. I have enough of scraps of this material to make the binding. So I'm going to do that. Here's the other one of that print, the other pillow. And then I had another material that she gave me. I like that a lot, but still, it's not really it's not matching the bulk of what I have already. And then here, get ready for this. Are you sitting down? Are you prepped? Take a drink. Ron, Connie, you okay? Are you ready for huge 1980s Southwestern? Bam! I mean, hello. Oh, look. Get a little thread. Get a little extra thread. Get off of there. So, again, I just used the same backing. I did 2 with that canvas and then 2 with the brown. This one I just did the same motif because the pots, I thought, she had like made one pillow of each, and just where it was cut, it didn't work out. So not all of them could be the same motif, but that's okay. She'll appreciate them. And as you can see, they are not square. The print was not printed squarely, and just the way it was previously trimmed, she'll still enjoy it regardless. And they were fun to make. So there you have it. And that's about all that I have to share today. Quite enough. I hope everyone's okay with the news, with our sad news, and thank you for all the kind thoughts and sending good doggy vibes our way. Again, the right dog will come back into our lives, and we're excited about that next chapter. And I think I'm gonna say goodbye for the day, for the week. I'll see you guys next week. Have some fun stitching or doing the crafty things that you like to do, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.